16, the penultimate round of Swiss. Marcel and Paul, take it away.
Yeah, thank you, Maria. We've got all the win-and-ins in our feature match area. We have up to 4 players that could make it in. 3 for sure will be making it in. And we're going to start things off with Nathan Steuer versus Chris Larsen. As I talked about at the news desk, these are teammates playing the mirror match. Not a 75-card mirror, but it's only a few cards different. The same exact strategy and many of the same cards as well.
Yeah, and what a run for both players. You know, Nathan Steuer starting out the tournament 9-0, finds himself in position here to top 8. And Chris Larsen, your reigning Pro Tour champion, with potentially 2 shots here to make it back-to-back top 8s, perhaps back-to-back Pro Tour champion.
An unbelievable run for Chris. We've had the spotlight on Steuer because of his undefeated day 1. It's interesting psychologically how you come into these situations, right? On one hand, you're 9-0, you're 11-3 right now after an 8-0 start.
Table alpha, start a game.
But if I told you on day 1 that you would be 11-3 and playing for the PT with a round to go, or sorry, for the top 8 with a round to go, you'd take that in a heartbeat.
Oh, absolutely here.
By the way, this is going to go fast. Because these players know these decks, they know each other, testing team partners, etc. And yeah,
right.
They're not going to be messing around.
Yeah, one thing here is, you know, this Selesnya Landfall deck that, you know, Team Heavy Play here has done really, really well. Yesterday they had an extremely high win percentage when you're comparing it to, of course, just the regular, typical mono green landfall variants, really prioritizing the additional interaction. As you can see there, Diadrine Synthesis Amalgam, one of the reasons to play white, but also 4 copies of Erode, just giving you access to just a much better removal effect than something like a Meldstrider's Resolve, where you play the Erode, that gives you 4 main deck answers to cards like Slick Shot Show Off, and also could be a nice piece of interaction in the mirror as well.
And they don't really care that much about giving their opponent a land here, right? Their idea is this game's not going to go long enough for it to matter.
Well, the landfall triggers do matter. However, you know, there are a few creatures that are extremely important in the match, right?
I meant in general.
Sure.
You were saying that they were playing white instead of the normal mono green.
Oh, right. Yeah, sure. Yes. And the thing is, it's one of those things, oftentimes you hate giving your opponent a land.
Right.
Especially in something like Limited. But in Constructed, you know, you have your game plan. The only thing that you're worried about is just potentially getting run over by some of those really explosive starts from the various Is It Prowess shells. So I think the 4 copies of Erode have gone a long way for both of these players, and here they are sitting at 11-3.
Yeah, now focusing in on this particular matchup, I mean, this has a lot of landfall synergies. Is Erode that great here?
Yeah, I mean, if you're on the draw and your opponent has an explosive start, you know, eroding, especially when they have cards that care about landfall, could be not great. However, you know, you still need to get that Mindform Harmonizer off the battlefield, right? Sometimes you need to kill the Ice Tail Explorer. So, yes, against the landfall decks, giving your opponent's lands is certainly not great, but still a completely fine card to play, just given the fact that it does still kill some really, really impactful creatures.
2 very different openings here from both of our players. Oof. Wow, that is a lot of ramp. Honestly, both very explosive. Nathan Steuer on the play with Llanowar Elves into Diadrine, into Harmonizer. That is one heck of a curve. But on the other side, you can see Chris Larsen is not slow either. He's got Badger Mole Cub ×2 into Lumbering World Wagon.
Right. Oh, and look at this, Chris Larsen firing off the Erode here on the...
Draw step or upkeep?
Draw step is fine.
Okay.
Draw step Erode on the Harmonize here. Nathan did have the backup Mindform Harmonizer as well. And remember, Diadrine has Trample. So if 2 of the Mindform Harmonizers were on the battlefield, if you play a land, all of a sudden we're looking at a 12-power Trampler that could have attacked this turn.
So very productive turn there for Larsen. It looked like he may just get run over with that start from Steuer, but now Steuer has to rebuild a little bit, and Larsen's the one with the huge board state going.
Right, Steuer is the one who did mulligan here. He had a very good aggressive start here, but Chris Larsen, extremely explosive turn here, right? Badger Mole Cub, he's got a tremendous mana advantage here, and with that well-timed Erode, has basically kind of shut the door on Nathan potentially closing it out this turn with double Mindform Harmonizer.
Larsen also able to set up a 4/4 World Wagon blocker or just the 2 Cubs or whatever. So he's got blocking too after all that.
Right.
I thought he had the slow start. Looks like he caught right up. There's the Mightform Harmonizer back on the battlefield. No landfall triggers just yet.
Can run out of land here.
But like Nathan doesn't really have a great attack. He's just going to pass a turn.
Yeah.
Did this one just turn back in Larsen's favor? Maybe, but Mightform Harmonizer on the other side for Steuer is scary.
That is it. I think he drew another Badger Mole Cub here. So right now, Chris Larsen already has access to 8 mana and can potentially crew up the Lumbering World Wagon if he can find some big creatures to play, get another land onto the battlefield here. Lots of options for Chris. I mean, with 8 mana, you can more or less dump most of the cards in your hand.
It's, yeah, upkeep.
Thank you.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can see right here,
Draw stuff. Confusing.
cards in hand.
I was like, what?
Right.
Nathan Steuer has played out every relevant spell, and he's left with just 2 planes, while Larsen's hand is stacked. 2 Diadrine, a Harmonizer, and a Zaz's Chocobo. I mean, we could see just a massive Diadrine here.
Right. I mean, this looks like he's going to play it for... Oh, just running out the Harmonizer.
Harmonizer
here.
first.
Has 2 mana floating here.
Doesn't have anything with Trample, but there's 2. Either creature blocking would be great for Larsen, so maybe he can line up something.
Right. And the Harmonizer can allow you to crew up the Lumbering World Wagon if Chris Larsen was interested in attacking here. And yeah, just running out 3 permanents this turn.
4 to cast. Oh, yeah, see, I get it. Yep. Yeah, you're good. Yep.
Diadrine for 3, and then the remaining 1 mana for the Saz's Chocobo. And here we are, Lumbering World Wagon getting in. And of course, this will allow Chris Larsen to get a forest or a plains out of his deck, which will trigger the Mightform Harmonizer that is on the battlefield. So that's going to be attacking in for a lot of damage.
And he's thinking about using Diadrine as well to make a 2/2 and get a card.
Looks like he decided not to.
Okay.
Right. So now we're looking at a Lumbering World Wagon, which is currently attacking as a 5-powered creature. And then, of course, with the landfall trigger, that'll be 10 damage coming in from that World Wagon.
What outs do I have, says Steuer, as this game has fully turned against him.
I think it involves Ice Till Explorer into land, into hitting a fetch land, and then just pumping
He did, by the way, use the Diadrine.
Okay, he did.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
He took a counter off of one of the lands.
Yeah,
I'll
and remember, these Selesnya landfall lists play they play way less. It looks like Nathan just...
Next time, table alpha.
Either is dead or scoop them up.
Right, sure.
Does the land... I guess I don't know that interaction. If you have a Earthbent land with a 1/1 counter on it and you remove the counter, does it die and come back? Is that what just happened? He got an extra landfall trigger?
Did Nathan
that would have been 20.
And Nathan chose not to block?
That's I'm theorizing, but maybe.
Okay. I see.
Because I saw him point at the Harmonizer 1 extra time.
Oh, I see.
And we saw Nathan didn't even get a draw step there. He just died.
Right. Well, I will say I haven't played with the Diadrine. I have played many, many games of the mono green, so I don't actually know the interaction when you do just remove a counter.
Just removing a counter from the land. I mean,
I don't think so.
I think it does.
It does?
Because it would be dead. It's not right, and
Fair
it's
enough.
still Earthbent.
Yeah.
Make this into
So I think it just comes back.
Yeah, but regardless, Nathan was just so behind.
So behind. I mean, he was already openly asking, what are my actual
Right.
outs? And as you can see, he's trying to do the similar start that he had in the first game. It wasn't enough as Larsen was able to go over the top, but Steuer, once again, with Llanowar Elves, this time into Earthbending lessons. So
Yeah.
is this enough now?
Yeah, so this is a great start, both sides starting with Llanowar Elf. Now, Chris Larsen does have one of the more important cards, I think, in the matchup here in Mossborn Hydra. I think that's one of the most important cards here because not a lot of removal from either side. So if you can just get that in play and then just get a couple of landfall triggers, this card can just kill you within 2 or 3 turns, especially if you can find some fetch lands. And Chris Larsen, taking a look at his sideboard, it looks like he was a little bit more concerned about the mirror than Nathan Steuer, because after sideboard, Chris Larsen, for example, goes up to the full 4 copies of Mossborn Hydra, whereas Nathan only goes up to 3. And then, as Monty mentioned, full 4 copies of Shelter by Ghosts, and Nathan Steuer has 3. So small differences, but they do matter in the mirror.
They absolutely do. That shows confidence in Larsen, too. He says, I think this deck's great, and I think that the people playing it are great, and I might bump into him down the line here.
Although this is...
Bushwhack off of the Llanowar Elves. This is a little slow.
Yeah, this is a ridiculous start here from Nathan Steuer. This was a turn 2 Earthbender Ascension into Badger Mole Cub Harmonizer.
Oh. And he has Fabled Passage with a counter on it,
with
too?
a counter. So, I mean, very, very close to just kind of a lethal situation next turn. The important thing here is getting that Earthbender Ascension on 4 counters, of course, because then that would allow you to give something trample and then also use that doubling effect from the Mightform Harmonizer.
How in the world is Larsen supposed to come back?
Erode?
That's a Mossborn Hydra. Did you mean to cast Shelter?
No.
Okay. I was confused.
And Nathan Steuer does have
1 minute
Snakeskin
floating,
Veil
you're casting
here.
that.
No mana floating.
I'm just talking to myself, sorry.
Is that Snakeskin Veil?
That's a Snakeskin Veil. Remember, one of the most important cards in the matchup after sideboard is Mossborn Hydra. So you want to bring the Snakeskin Veil as well. You kind of turn into almost a Mossborn Hydra combo deck, and you just want to keep it on the battlefield and protect it against cards like Erode.
1 from here, 1 from here.
Is that going to just do it?
I mean, it probably does.
Actually, you are dead. I'm sorry. I'm slow rolling you.
I'm slow rolling you. He says you're dead.
2 triggers, and I first play my land, target that, it goes to 7, I hold priority, it goes to 8, then
You have
it's
a land in
32. Yeah, it's 32.
Show me land.
Yeah. 32 damage.
Wow. So 1 key interaction there.
damage.
He's able to keep his
Turn 4.
Harmonizer on the battlefield, and Steuer says, how about 32 trample damage coming
By
at
the way,
you, bud?
so that was turn 4, 32 damage with the protection spell for his creature.
And with trample. Wow. Unbelievable. Well, it looks like one of our players had to step away for just a minute here. Maybe he's trying to freeze Larsen, you know.
Yeah. So it looks like we're going to take a little peek here for another game 1 here of one of our win-and-in matches.
That's right. We've got Matthew Stefansson versus Maxx Kominowski. And as I mentioned before, 3 of our 4 matches in the feature contain pure win-and-ins, meaning both players are in a position to win this match and be in the top 8 no matter what. And this is one of them. You see Matthew right there from Canada getting ready to battle. We're not going to miss anything from our main match. We're just going to wait until they're back underway, and then we'll be back with game number 3, the decider. And again, you won't miss anything.
Me too.
But a classic matchup here. The mono green variant here going up against the Is It Spelementals deck.
Blue.
Spelementals with the advantage here, right?
Yes, Spelementals does have the advantage because cards like Sunderflock are very good, but notably Matthew's version of the mono green landfall deck, which admittedly a lot of the mono green landfall decks have been also playing, is the full 4 copies of Keen-Eyed Curator. So that certainly goes a decent way to at least prevent you from playing out cards like Eddie Merc Crab, Hearth Elemental, cards of that nature. You can just really attack the graveyard. Now, if they can still manage to get an Elemental in play and then play Sunderflock, yes, then you can close out the game very quickly with the large flyer.
Good start here for Stefansson. He has Llanowar Elves into Badger Mole Cub. This is one of those explosive ones where next turn he's going to have access to a lot of mana.
I'll fetch to speed us up.
Sure. Go ahead.
And what was this?
My deck is back.
I don't know.
I think it's
Stefansson's fetching in response.
Was this a...
1, 2, 3.
Is it a Winter Night Stories, maybe? Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Okay. I know what the one on the left looks like.
That one looks pretty cool, actually.
It does.
Yeah.
So this is kind of that shields down moment here, as Maxx has completely tapped out here and hasn't interacted with any of Matthew's creatures here.
Yeah, Matthew's got a really big turn lined up if he can.
Oh, this is gross.
Did he say this is gross?
He did say this is gross. There's
Oh,
Badger
no.
Mole Cub number 2.
That's not what you want to hear.
That's 3 mana.
3 mana.
Maxx has to be looking at this like, how gross are we talking?
Right. 3 spells in graveyard here for Maxx Kominowski. That is an Earthbender Ascension.
Oh, it makes 3. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
2 Cubs in play. Okay, this is kind of gross.
This is kind of gross. Matthew was not joking with us on that.
Get a land here. You still have access to 3 mana. Might have another Earthbender Ascension. Use that to target the escape tunnel. If he does have one.
One floating, Keenan? Yeah.
Which one's that one?
Maybe another
Do you mind if I
cub.
just throw it underneath?
Is that a Badger Mole Cub? Is he just playing?
It's a curator.
No, it's a Keen-Eyed Curator. Okay.
18.
Yeah, so just attacked Max's graveyard, has a huge board, has access to tons of mana here. This might just be far too explosive of a start here, and this is the power, of course, of the Badger Mole Cub.
Yeah, Maxx is looking down at a full grip here and just going, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah,
Well, he can start off by using Impractical Joke to kill the Keen-Eyed Curator.
but can't play the Hearth Elemental here. 1 mana short because the Keen-Eyed Curator did eat something, right?
It did.
Yeah.
5. Draw.
And this is a lot of damage coming in.
That's a big difference. You know, we're talking about the ability to cast Thunderflock next turn versus not, that type of thing.
This is 11 mana, by the way, for Matthew Stefansson.
Okay, well, what do you got, Matthew?
Nursery?
Oh, are you kidding me? He's casting Sapling
Okay.
Nursery right now?
Yeah.
Sapling, tap 1 land for Sapling Nursery, and then another Earthbender Ascension. So now he's going to have, you know, an army of 3/4 Tree Folk tokens. Now, noting that if somehow Maxx is able to get that Thunderflock in play, then of course that would just bounce all the Tree Folk that are created this turn.
So I'll make a guy. Yep. I'll take this up to 2. Thank you, sir. Take this to 1. And then
Is that an Ice Tail? Did he have an Ice Tail Explorer in the hand?
still.
Looks like
think
it
he
looks like
does.
an Ice Tail Explorer. Now
Yeah.
that
Well.
is where things get really gross, because even through a Thunderflock.
This wasn't gross?
Okay.
And
it was
that's going to
already-
be game. Maxx Kominowski says,
like, all right,
I
I'm
am
done.
going to concede.
Oh my God.
That was an absolute beating for Matthew Stefansson. Although that was pre-sideboard. We're going to go to game number 2 here in this match. Again, these players are playing for top 8. We do have Nathan Steuer and Christoffer Larsen as well going to game 3, but we're going to join them when they're good and ready.
Start game 2, Maxx is on 6.
And you can see that Maxx is on the play and has mulliganed to 6, but that's okay.
Yeah, didn't have that interactive spell.
Matthew really thinks that his Llanowar Elves are going to die, but they didn't. Yeah,
well.
we opt.
On the play, you can keep
Draw for turn. Yes.
hands with more deck manipulation to try to find a removal spell.
Go.
So I don't see a removal spell, although that might be a spell snare in hand for Maxx Kominowski.
Sirac.
That can't spell snare that one, though. That is a
That's
very,
Sirac.
very good card against these
Opt.
more controlling is it decks.
Opt in response, but yeah, nothing you can really find.
Yeah, well, what Maxx is looking for is maybe a removal spell for this for the Llanowar Elves and try to kill that in
Or on the
response.
stack.
Because once Sirac is on the battlefield, if you draw that removal spell, then Matthew would be drawing a card off of, for example, a Burst Lightning.
Didn't find it though, so Llanowar Elf survives and Sirac resolves.
Maxx just spinning his wheels here. Looks like a flow state.
And
Come on.
that's a 1-card flow state,
Yeah,
2 ops.
Yeah, that's a 1-card flow state. An Impractical Joke would be a nice pickup here if you can use that as a way to just get the Sirac off the battlefield.
Just take your medicine and
Nice.
give him this 2 for
Right.
1.
Yeah, nice, just efficient removal spell.
Yeah, this is rough for Matt.
Yeah.
You can see these starts from Stefansson have been really strong. Even just Llanowar Elves into Surak is giving Kominowski fits here. Very difficult. I mean, his best case scenario is Impractical Joke, and even then he's getting 2 for 1 on
That's
the
right.
deal. And I don't think he found it anyway.
It's playing out a land for turn.
Yeah, land go.
That's turned on, right?
Sorry?
That's turned on, right?
Yes, yeah. but
There's an island in play.
You can make either red or blue.
Ooh, and that is an Icetill Explorer.
Gosner?
Keen-Eye Curator goes on the stack, and Stefansson predicts the response from Kominowski,
Right.
and is correct.
Right, but importantly, draws a card there. Even if your things get countered, the Surak allows you to draw a card. So very, very good card against control decks.
A creature spell.
Yeah. And then now Chocobo into a land, get a trigger, attack for 4. Now, one thing though
16.
here is Matt doesn't have nearly as much mana as he did in the previous game. So,
Yes.
you know, Max, sure, Matt's up some cards, but that might not matter because Max's late game is very potent. Sunderflock can replace multiple cards. And there are now 4 spells in Max's graveyard. So,
Crab, I draw 2
you know,
cards.
if he's got a crab, if he's got, you know, Hearth,
can ask
if he's
for
got Hearth Elemental,
believe it.
anything along those lines,
Good.
he can play those out.
It says spell or ability, right?
Yeah, I think it is too. I just want to double check.
Yeah.
If my opponent casts a crab, theoretically, and it targets 2 things,
Yep.
I draw 2 cards at Surak.
You can hear the question at
Yep.
hand here.
Charlie, to mark this, can you double check the table to make sure it's still positioned correctly?
Edimer Crab has 2 targets.
Right.
Thinking.
Yeah, that would not be something you'd be really interested in doing, probably.
Okay, we are continuing to have brief judge call for about 30 seconds.
Yeah, Surak just being an absolute all-star here.
Cards?
4 bangers.
Like you said, Stefansson, though, without that explosive mana, I mean, he had a
Right.
Llanowar Elves, which is ideal. But, I mean, by this point in the game last time, he had like 6 mana available, and then the next turn it was like 11.
Yeah, right. And of course, that's all just turbocharged by Badger Mole Cub.
Targets?
Go.
No targets?
No.
Okay, sorry. Draw.
Edimer Crab,
Right.
main phase.
Just the 3 mana 5/5. Hey, I mean, at
Dude.
least with what's on the battlefield, it does brick wall everything.
It does. And we are looking at mono green. There's no erodes around here for Stefansson.
Right. And Melt Shredder's Resolve is also not a very effective removal spell to keep in because all the creatures just have 5 toughness. And generally speaking, your creatures aren't very big here.
Yeah, this crab is a major impediment to Stefansson getting through for damage. Of course, he can go over the top of it,
Right.
but he needs to get trample and harmonizer stuff going to really effectively do that.
Yeah, big turn here for Matt Stefansson.
Surak gets you part of the way there, but not enough power.
Yeah. Really want to be able to find some, you know, if you can get like an Icetill Explorer in play with a fetch land, of course that would be great because then you can start growing that Chocobo to the point where you can have that attack through the crab. I believe if he had something like that, he would have fired that off immediately. So currently does not have that as an option. I believe the issue here right now is I see an Icetill Explorer in Matt Stefansson's hand, but I don't see an extra land.
No follow-up land.
Yeah. There's a Bushwhack, but that
That's fine.
gets you a land. But you're not generating a mana there, right? Like, if you cast it now and go get a forest, and then you play the Icetill Explorer, you're still not able to take advantage of the Icetill Explorer's ability this turn.
So he's just going to get a forest with Bushwhack, but like you said, would
Don't like
really
that we have a
to-
Sunderflock in our hand.
Stefansson once again making predictions.
Yeah, well, I mean, you are playing
Show me
against
your deck.
basically
I mean,
a
it's fine.
Sunderflock
No, it's
deck.
fine. I'm trying not to look, but
My mistake.
no, you're good. You're good.
Is that perhaps another keen-eyed curator? Just really trying to figure out what Matt's working with here.
Did look like that, yeah. And is that the turn he wants?
Right.
If so. He's really trying to decide on what to do about
does
the
need
ice
to make
still
a
explore.
decision.
He's going to go for Saz's Chocobo #2 plus land.
Right, and then you can play perhaps a Llanowar Elf and then sacrifice the Promising Vein end of turn, right? So now you have a bunch of mana, and then you also get to pump up your Chocobos. And then more importantly, you get to get basically a sacrifice land or land into the graveyard, and then next turn, you can play that Ice Tail Explorer and then play the Promising Vein out of the graveyard.
It'll be in the yard, okay. Yeah, you know, I think Stefansson was hoping to push his game plan forward now.
Right.
He's going to have to wait till next turn, and as he mentioned, ever looming over these games in this matchup is Thunderflock.
And Max
and you can see why he was kind of bummed about a Thunderflock coming down, and there it is.
2 mana, 5/5, bounce all of your creatures. Now, Matt will be able to rebuild because he has a ton of 1-drops in play, but it's not going to take very long to be able to close out the game when you have a pair of 5/5s in play.
Yeah, he's smashing is Kominowski.
Thank you.
He gets in for 5 straight away.
Max,
2 mana for that Thunderflock.
Yeah, if Max had a land, he would have been able to play the Hearth Elemental in his hand as well. He's 1 mana short.
Draw? Yeah.
All those creatures at the bottom of your screen are in Matthew's hand. He's just being courteous to Max by leaving them shown.
Yeah. Is it just time to run out as many 1-drops as you can here?
Yeah, like you said, he can get right back on the board.
Yeah, Sark's good.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. That's it? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And like you said, he would like to do Ice Till, but he really needs to do multiple spells a turn for the rest of the game here.
Right.
At least.
Things looking good here for Max. Max does have a Burst Lightning in hand, debating whether or not he wants to, given that he's stuck on lands, he just thinking about just using every bit that he has available. If you Burst Lightning the Llanowar Elf, sure, Matt gets to draw a card. However, then you can freely attack with the Eddie Merc Crab, and the Sirach would just be a horrible block into the 5/5. I mean, Matt already has a ton of cards, so perhaps you just want to fire this off. Also, notably, you cast the Burst Lightning now, the Hearth Elementals in your hand would only cost 1 mana.
That's very tempting for Max, and like you said, it's much harder for him to get punished by Sirach in a situation like this where the bottleneck is currently mana for Matthew, not cards in hand.
Step.
Oh, to the face. Okay.
2 to the dome?
2 to the dome. So still getting that cost reduction here, but trying to close things out.
Clock, though.
Combat.
Yet.
Attack.
Matt's just going to go for the double block here.
I mean, he has no great option. He's just
single
jump
block.
the crab.
Max is happy with that.
I'm at 8.
Oh, he's got to be thrilled.
Yeah. I see a Prismari Charm
Go.
and a 1 mana Hearth Elemental. Lots of modes on the Prismari Charm. Can use that to bounce a permanent. Could be a very, very important thing to do here.
Yeah, he can do 1 to each of up to 2 targets with it as well, or he can surveil 2 and draw. Yeah.
And if somehow Matt Stefansson has a way to kill Thunderflock, you can use that to just pick up your own Thunderflock and protect it.
Oh, that's way too late.
It certainly feels that way.
Hydra is an explosive.
Okay, so it's going to be a 4/4.
Amazing card, but
okay,
is it enough here?
Right.
Cool. Thinking on step.
Because you can just deal with the Hydra with the Charm too if you'd like. So if you go 1 to the face, Thunderflock, that would put Matt down to 2. Is he going to
Thunderflock to my hand?
Okay, so he's just going to pick up the Thunderflock, and that should just be lethal, right? Because you
Right,
play
when
it,
you're tapped
and
out.
then you just bounce everything. Oh, no, it's not.
Tap.
Mahani reminded me this earlier.
What's that?
Mossborn Hydra is
Block.
born of moss.
Oh, it's an elemental.
So it is an elemental.
It's lethal, so I block. I go to 4.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's lethal, so
It's
I
still
block
very
it
good.
for
Yeah.
Yes, it is not lethal this turn, but that is plenty enough to put Maxx in the winning position.
Absolutely.
As with no relevant board state here for Stefansson, there's just no way he can find a win.
Yep.
Draw.
Yeah.
Elemental Hydra, born of the moss.
That is a lethal attacker in the air.
I don't know what that means, but I think it's an elemental. All right, that's game number 2.
On that turn you were
Going to
tapped
Maxx
out.
Kominowski. We're going to stick with this match, but I will remind you our main match, Nathan Steuer versus Christoffer Larsen, we are still going to go back to it. You're not going to miss it. We've got game 3 upcoming from that as the players have split their first 2 games, but let's see how this thing finishes. This is for top 8 also.
Absolutely.
Me too.
And this time, Matthew will be on the play here.
Good to go.
Shortcutting, just sacrificing the forest immediately. Sacrificing the escape tunnel, rather.
Yes.
The winner of this match will be enjoying
A
their
one-round
first
break.
top 8. Yeah, and that too, and their first top 8. Neither of them has
Yeah.
one.
You haven't started our ball.
7 cards for each player here.
I aim to lose and play fast.
Stefansson
Sometimes win.
with no 1 mana play just yet.
Sleight of hand still resolving here. See a flow state and a burst lightning.
Go. I have a question for you. Yeah. Should take the top one or the bottom one?
I'm not sure which one.
Keen-eyed Curator.
Keen-eyed Curator is going to resolve.
Sure.
He might be dead.
He's dead.
Oh,
He
that's
might be
rough.
dead, and
Go.
he died.
Draw.
Yeah.
Impractical Joke, a good, efficient answer for the Curator. Is there a Sirach? There it is.
Okay.
My turn.
Hey, if you're not going to do mana acceleration, this is a nice curve.
Right. But the question is it fast enough, right? Does that put enough of a clock here? Or,
This one.
well, you know, if you're just taking 4 a turn, Maxx is going to have plenty of time to be able to kind of find that
Land drop?
Sunderflock. And not even Sunderflock. Just playing out an Elemental is just bigger than Sirach. All of them.
Totally. We saw that. The crab was just like bigger than anything that Stefansson was doing at that time.
All right, getting that land immediately. I wonder if this is a nice Till Explorer. Although I guess no reason to run it out right away. You could just attack first. Okay, no.
There it
It
is.
is a nice Till Explorer. There's nothing you can do for 1 mana.
Good.
Mill.
Yep.
All right, so Matthew Stefansson has the
16. Go
his
ahead.
card advantage engine online here with the Ice Till Explorer and the Fabled Passage.
Significantly ahead on board, but we know that that can get reversed very quickly.
Absolutely.
Kominowski's going to opt.
Yeah, this puts a 4th spell into the graveyard.
Yeah, that bottom card in the yard is Sleight of Hand.
Cards in hand.
3 bangers.
3 cards left for Stefansson. He says they're all good.
Yeah.
He's fibbing a little bit there. I see at least 1 forest.
What if he just likes his deck? Then they're all
Then
good
they're all
cards.
good cards. All
Yeah.
right, fair enough.
Maxx taking his time here.
Yeah, these are big decisions. You know, this isn't really the matchup where things get to kind of develop, and we'll see where it goes from here. It's kind of
Right.
like one person surges forward.
Bottom.
It's usually difficult to reverse course. Sunderflock being
And tap.
probably the most impactful single card in the matchup.
Yeah. I do see a Hearth Elemental in Max's hand here and a Sleight of Hand. So
Good.
Max is getting fully set up now. That's a 1 mana 4/5, which basically blocks either creature on Matthew Stefansson's side of the battlefield here. And of course, more importantly, gets that Elemental in play to set up for a Sunderflock. And I see a
Elemental.
pair
Has
of
to.
Sunderflocks
Fetch.
in Max Kominowski's hand.
Yep.
It's going to be very difficult for Stefansson to get through.
Yeah, so Max is setting up here because you can just go end of turn Edimer Crab because there's 5 spells in the graveyard, right? So you just run out an end of turn Edimer Crab, just play out a Sunderflock, smash for 9, save the other one, play it again, and then smash for 14.
Well, I can do the numbers on that.
9 plus 14. I think that might be enough.
I think it's
Mill
enough.
1 and then untap.
Yep.
Yep.
Unless that Matt Stefansson can somehow find.
Okay. Better lucky than good. Draw.
Yep.
What is he looking for?
Looks like he's got Sandman in the yard. That's what he was talking about, but that's so slow compared to what he really needs to be doing.
Also, if Matthew has some weird way to close out or, you know, might form harmonizer, some weird combo, Maxx can still just play the crab. It's like, I don't care if you draw the cards. I just don't want to die this turn.
Yes.
Because all I know that if I just resolve Sunderflock, I'm good.
And it looks like Stefansson has passed the turn back. That's what we're going to see. We're going to see the crab now from Kominowski with no targets.
That's a third Sunderflock, by the way,
and
for
there's
Maxx
Sunderflock.
Okay.
Stefansson says that is fine, but I don't think that he's going to agree with that.
9 damage coming in.
After next turn. This is top 8 on the line here. And Stefansson somehow has to come up with a way to kill Kominowski this turn with no creatures.
Right.
He's got the Sandman.
Sandman coming in. It is pretty large.
It's huge.
It's an 8/8 right now?
Yes.
Okay. That's half of the damage necessary here. So Matt Stefansson needs a Might Form Harmonizer here to try to put together enough damage to kill Maxx this turn.
And he has to get through the Sunderflock too, right?
Yeah. Notably, though, the Sandman also an elemental.
Oh, it is? Sand elemental villain?
Born of sand? Turned into sand? Sand is an element. Ooh, is this... This is a Sirach, I think.
Just going to replace Sirach.
Sirach's good.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I was like, what happened?
Does
I have a stun counter on it?
Get out in another floor.
I suppose because it is an elemental, Maxx technically does not have lethal here.
That's fine.
Okay, he says he wants to play his land first and then play Ice Till Explorer.
Sure.
And Maxx said that's fine. And you heard Stefansson saying, could I even beat another flock?
Right.
And we're kind of going, can you beat 2?
Yeah. Can you even beat this first one? Possibly. I mean, especially because...
Toppling it out.
Okay.
He does get a card out of
Counters
it.
the Ice Till Explorer.
Let's get out.
Yeah.
But he just has to pass the turn back.
Right. Now again, doesn't quite have lethal just yet, even if you play out the Sunderflock, as the Sandman can block the Eddie Merc Crab here. That would put Matthew Stefansson down to 2. Alternatively, of course, you just play out the Sunderflock, attack for 5 in the air, and then just attack on the following turn.
And just leave up 15 toughness and hope it's enough?
Right.
Because we have seen that it's not sometimes.
Sure. Yeah, just getting in.
This doesn't have reach, right?
No.
Yeah.
5.
No reach.
No reach. Can Matt find a way here?
I mean, it has to be Harmonizer, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Harmonizer has to be part of the equation.
But there are chump blockers available.
Yeah, you're right. There's no, I mean, I guess there's not, I mean, I can come up with
And
card
Sandman does not have trample.
Not on its own.
Right.
I mean, I think he needs...
The Sirach and the, nothing else. Okay.
Sirach has trample, but isn't on the battlefield.
No, I know, I said Till as well. Oh, no, I countered I said Till. Right, correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some combination of Earthbender, Ascension into Might Form Harmonizer.
And I don't think he has either.
Another Sunderflock. Pass you.
Oh, just playing another 5/5 flyer here. So now you have tons of defense, tons of toughness set up here. And of course, this guarantees lethal. Even if Matt Stefansson finds a way to kill one of the Sunderflocks, still has to deal with the other 2. Here we go.
I guess he's just hoping for Harmonizer here. And he doesn't find it. Maxx Kominowski secures top 8 with Is It Spelementals. And will take his seat on top 8 Sunday.
Yeah, and you see the power of the Sunderflock. This is the reason to play this card. Very, very good against all of the Badger Mole Cub variants. Maybe not as good against maybe some of the other Is It lists that are also playing cards like the Eddie Merc Crab, but really you got to see the power exemplified in games 2 and 3 of this matchup.
That's right. Really great stuff there. And you can see High fives and congratulations, even from C. Wong there. Handshake.
Mason Buonadonna as well.
Yeah. First top 8 there, too. So really great work for Maxx Kominowski. And Stefannsson's going to have to play the last round, win that thing, and then see where he's at.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to our first match. Remember when we started that one, Paul? Nathan Steuer versus Chris Larsen, winning in for top 8, and they've split the first 2 games in the mirror match. It's time for game number 3.
These games have ended so quickly. And Nathan Steuer here taking down game number 2 on a mulligan.
Start of game 3.
But Chris Larsen with the extremely important turn 1 Llanowar Elf, but Nathan also has won the match. Is it Hydra time?
Oh, wow.
Oh, I mean, look at this, by the way.
Straight away.
By the way, it's not only Mossborn Hydra, but he's got a Mightform Harmonizer in hand with a fetch land.
With a fetch, too?
So that's 4 double triggers next turn, right?
This could be very, very quick. Now,
Nathan
is there an erode?
Nathan has multiple erodes, so he can break that up.
But he has to leave that white mana available.
Right.
And from what it looks like, that means doing nothing else this turn?
Right. If Nathan goes turn 2 Earthbender Ascension, I think the game's just over.
He is going Earthbender Ascension on turn 2, Paul.
This is so much damage coming in.
Larsen is literally having a snack and counting up how much damage he can do this turn.
Sorry, get a plan.
I think that was a Harmonizer, right?
Oh, we're going to find out right quick here if it was. Harmonizer capable of absolutely absurd amounts of damage.
Right.
Generally speaking, the problem is you need to get trample. Well, he's already got that. And double.
Right. So if you're at a 1/1 and you double it 4 times, that's 2, 4, 8, 16 damage. So I guess it's not quite lethal this turn.
Food. Size.
Perhaps Nathan also mathed that out as an option. Of course, playing the turn to Earthbender Ascension gives you the highest upside, right? Just because it gives you access to so much mana. I think if this was immediately lethal, Christoffer Larsen probably just goes for it, right?
Right.
So I think he's 4 damage short of a potential lethal attack here.
And if you are short, then the question becomes,
what do you do?
Do you still do all of that? Because 16 is nice, but not if you don't.
Right.
If Nathan untaps and kills your Hydra and you don't have anything else going.
Right, because you also have Badger Mole Cub plus Erode as an option as well.
Oh, he's counting.
Double, 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 double.
In Danish.
Okay, so does not go for the Harmonizer. Got the Badger Mole Cub here.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a lot, though. He's definitely setting up for next turn.
Wait, wait, hold on. What if you sack the Fabled Passage?
That
comes back in play, and you get a land, so that's 16, and then what if you erode your own creature? Is that 32 damage?
Oh, I didn't think about that. Comes back, it's at 4.
Let's take a look. Can you target your own creatures?
Destroy target creature or planeswalker.
Right.
It's controller.
It's untapped.
Oh my goodness.
Nathan Steuer on top
he doesn't
of the
have
game
he
state.
doesn't have the Harmonizer though. He doesn't have the Harmonizer in play, of course.
Well, no.
Right.
Yeah.
But still, this is
This is still great.
9.
This is 9 damage coming in.
And he could have doubled it again.
Right. He could have if he wanted to, but that would have put him just short. But Nathan has to be very, very careful. Now, he does have a couple of interactive spells there in the Erodes.
Wow, so Christoffer had a couple of ways to get Steuer down to
single
3
digits.
or 4. Yeah.
Single digits off of 1 creature.
But this game is going to be very interesting now because that did not finish the game off. And Nathan Steuer has 2 copies of Erode. He is not going to lose to this Hydra if he doesn't want to.
Right. And if you're on Nathan's side, the question is, when do you fire off this Erode?
It was 1 mana short, by the way, for Larsen. I mean, that happens a lot. But.
Yeah. Second counter on the Ascension here. But Nathan needs to try to find a way to muster some offense of his own. And keeping up a bunch of mana here. Not running out that Mindform Harmonizer, keeping up double Erode in case Christoffer Larsen goes for a lethal attack. Saz's Chocobo off the top here for Chris Larsen, so just another creature to start piling some counters onto.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, he's going to need at least one more threat to get through here if these Erodes do their thing.
Sure.
In response, Erode the Hydra. Hydra down.
And this will, of course, keep one of the counters off of the Chocobo.
That's right.
As the land's going to enter the battlefield with the Chocobo on the stack. After that, Chris is going to play Bossing Say and then put the counter on.
Right. And I think Chris might be interested in just keeping the Harmonizer back. Maybe you just don't play it out. Maybe you just, now that you have the Bossing Say, you can just use that instead. Perhaps just put the counters on the Fabled Passage to get some additional landfall triggers now that you have the Saz's Chocobo in play.
So you're just going to try to go for a combo finish.
Right.
Yeah.
Just see if Nathan taps out, you know, tries to play, get some big turns going from his side.
That was the second snakeskin we were talking about.
Snakeskin Veil, of course, very, very strong to protect these Mossborn Hydras. Yeah, I think the mirror is much less about trying to go over the top with expensive cards. It's just play some ramp stuff, and then just get that Hydra in play with the protection spell and hope that gets it
help you here.
Yeah, it does become strangely kind of like a mono red mirror where instead of killing each other really quickly, you kind of kill each other's stuff and then it's what's left over that finishes the game.
And that's where a card like Bossing Say really shines, of course.
But if either one stumbles and doesn't have an Erode,
of course,
then all of a sudden the game's just over.
Yeah, then you have a turn 3 kill. So Nathan doesn't really have the ability here to go for a kill, but can get in for a good amount of damage if he runs out the Mindform Harmonizer. But of course, Chris Larsen also has Erode in hand. Okay, Nathan's setting up a warp here, it seems. And tapping 3 mana. It's a lot easier when you play against the mono green decks because they just have nothing they can do at instant speed.
Right.
But given the 4 copies of Erode, it really makes this matchup a lot more difficult because you always have to consider that.
Yeah, both players have a copy in their hand as well, so it's very, very relevant. Steuer's already used one as well.
Yeah, because Nathan only has 1 play this turn, right? He basically can choose to play the Harmonizer, warp it in, or just utilize that Bossing Say and keep up an Erode. Taking his time here. Likely will need to make a decision soon, and there is the Bossing Say.
Yep.
So that's 3 on this and on the
4 mana. And then I think he's just going to hard cast Harmonizer, maybe? Oh, no. Or make a 4/4 land? Okay.
Is that what he's going to do?
No, he's going to make a 2/2 land, another 2/2 land here. Set up some blocks, probably not going to attack here. Just pass.
Go ahead.
Yep, and he's going to pass a turn back.
Yeah,
Is there any reason for Larsen to fire off an Erode here? No, right?
No, there's nothing here worth eroding, I don't believe.
It is interesting because he is thinking, but he really also just needs to posture.
Right.
Right.
Right. Fabled Passage being sacrificed here. 2 landfall triggers.
So I guess he's just growing up this.
Growing up the Chocobo so the Chocobo can just start attacking into Nathan's creatures. if you play another creature this turn, excuse me, another land this turn, then the Chocobo will be a 4/5, so a double block would not work. Excuse me, there's already the Fabled Passage, of course, came back. So that guarantees the Chocobo will be a 4/5 here on attacks.
And what does Chris find?
That was another Hydra.
Ooh.
Now, right now, only the one landfall trigger left.
But he has Bossing Say.
But he has Bossing Say plus Fabled Passage, which is very, very strong.
So that'll give him multiple landfall triggers per turn for as long as he'd like.
And look at this, getting in for
and he's attacking
here. Now, Nathan can choose to block here if he'd like.
Take.
But it looks like he's just going to take the damage here. And Chris Larsen thinking, okay, should I try to get in for 2 more points of damage here with my Chocobo, or should I wait?
I'll do the thing.
Yeah.
He is going to do the thing.
Do the thing.
Yeah, it's interesting because when you do have a Harmonizer in your hand,
right,
sometimes it's better to just leave back a blocker because you're like, well, when I do the thing, it's going to be it's not going to be incremental.
He's also feeling safe because he's got that Erode in hand
yes,
too.
Yes. And at least thus far, Steuer has not had any of those big hitters, right? We haven't seen the Harmonizer or a Hydra from him just yet. I spoke too soon, Paul. There's the Harmonizer.
But does he have a fetch land of any kind? Okay.
He does.
Trigger target here. Trigger here. Resolve the Earthbender Ascension first.
So Earthbender Ascension up to 4. It is ready to roll.
Still on the stack.
And remember,
so
Erode,
is this him going for it?
It's him going for it and hoping Chris Larsen doesn't have it. And by the way, Erode does not say non-land creature. It just says destroy target creature or planeswalker. So even if Nathan tries to go for the win here by making a giant land token, the Erode will be able to get that off the battlefield. And I don't
Steuer's doing that?
And there's just not enough landfall triggers here to, set up a double lethal attack with both of the animated lands here.
Right.
But, I mean, Nathan is so far behind right now. He's facing off a giant Saz's Chocobo with that Marspawn or Hydra. There's also that combo that we don't always see, but Bossing Say plus Fabled Passage means there's going to be so many landfall triggers. Nathan has to go for something here.
Right. Nathan Steuer feels like he's pushed into a corner by the board state that Larsen has built up. He's down to 7 and maybe in a desperate situation trying to scrap together a win and secure a top 8 here.
Do we know how big this land is?
Which one?
The one with 3 counters on it. Okay, because this is an Earthbender Ascension.
Yep.
816.
Oh, and then I think Nathan's going to go for the Erode on your own creature.
Oh, that would
to
be
go for a lethal kill.
That would be pure. That would be him losing,
right?
Like immediately.
That's right. I mean, he's going to go for it.
And he says, I'll block here. It's not a lethal attack. And there's the Erode. And there's the Erode back for Christoffer Larsen. And Larsen secures back-to-back top 8s. A win last time. And who knows, maybe another one this time too.
Unbelievable. Yeah. I mean, sometimes we see incredible streaks like this amongst top players. You do really well. You win a Pro Tour. You get that confidence up. You feel unbeatable. Chris Larsen, second
trying to
Pro Tour top 8 here.
Wow, and for Nathan Steuer, unbeatable yesterday, but today, difficult day. Now, he still has one more round to try to pick up a victory and then see if his tiebreakers are good enough.
Yeah, I mean, he started out 9-0. He won his first round today, and now he's sitting at 11-4.
Yep.
So it's 2-4 since he was 9-0. So he still has one more shot. Now, of course, because he was the lone undefeated player, he has really, really good tiebreakers, which means if he wins the next round, very, very good shot of making the top 8.
And look at this, Christoffer Larsen getting congratulated. How do you get back-to-back top 8s? That is absolutely incredible. I mean, we have a chance to see a back-to-back Pro Tour champion?
We sure do. When's the last time we've seen that? Kai?
Steuer won a bunch? Yeah, that is an absolutely incredible feat if he can pull it off. Let's take a look at our other match here, though. We've got Stefan Schütz, and he is facing down Thierry Ramboa, and two completely different decks. Perhaps the two most iconic decks of this tournament, Mono Green Landfall versus Is It Prowess. And just as we saw in our other two matches here in the feature match area this round, this is another clean winning in for one of these two players. This, if it's Stefan Schütz, he's got two top finishes already, but Thierry Ramboa has been playing for a long time. He always seemed to be at the top tables. He's got a couple of GP top 8s, but this would be his first Pro Tour top 8 if he can pull it off.
Yeah, and that would be a huge, huge feat, of course. And this is, again, like you mentioned, a classic matchup here coming in. These are the two most popular decks of the tournament. Thierry Ramboa on the play, very, very big here.
And you can see both players playing very quickly as well. Off to the races for Stefan. He has the Llanowar Elves into Badger Mole Cub that you dream of. And there's Storm Chaser's talent on the other side for Ramboa. Does he have some removal?
Right. Really want to get that Badger Mole Cub off the battlefield if possible. There is a Prismari Charm. You could use that to get the Fabled Passage and the Llanowar Elf.
The Otter will attack, but Stefan was planning on cracking this Fabled Passage anyway, so he just blocked and then sacrificed it.
Yeah, so lots of mana here. Huge mana advantage here for Stefan. Might be a slick shot show off. One of the actually not one of the most important card in this matchup here. Likely going to be plotting it here.
You can cut.
So it's either that or kill the Badger Mole Cub. If you don't do either of those, you're in big trouble.
Right.
But Ramboa does plot the slick shot show off. Maybe sitting up for something big in the next turn or two.
Right.
But for now, he's tapped out. And Stefan will get to do whatever he wants this turn.
Yeah, has access to. Oh, it sounds like this is. It sounds like this is in turns. Stefan said something along the lines of, "We have 2 more turns." As you can see there on the left, it says time with a die. With a 1 on
gosh, Paul, I see that too.
Yeah. Doesn't matter.
We'll see if that die goes up to 2, because then they are definitely going to be on turns.
Yeah, I think they are. That's the vibe I'm getting.
Then you can take your time, of course, because you only have a couple of turns to actually try to close out the game.
You can.
Really hard.
Can either...
The Prowess deck certainly can with the Slick Shot Show Off, right? You get that in play a flurry of spells, you can probably get it done. For the mono green deck, also possible, right? It takes Ice Till Explore. You need to get that Explorer in play, maybe Mindform Harmonizer. There are avenues, but if Thierry has a piece of interaction, it might be very, very difficult.
I don't want to put you on the spot here, Paul, about tiebreaker math, but what happens if there's a draw on a winning in for top 8 to these two players?
Right. So if both of these players get a draw for this, that means they have a true winning in for the next one. So anybody going to the last round sitting at X and 4, 11 and 4, for example, if they win, there's going to be a huge scrum. There's going to be a bunch of people at 36 points or 12 wins fighting out for tiebreaker slots to make the top 8. But these players, if they win their next round, they're going to have 37 points. They're going to have 1 point more than the rest of the field sitting at X and 4, which means if they get the draw, it's a true win-in in for both players.
So not a disaster.
Not a disaster. I mean, obviously you want to get the win here if you can, but yes.
Always makes me nervous in these situations because the thought of one of them being hard locked to make top 8 to maybe nobody does is a tough pill to swallow. But that doesn't seem to be the case
I still
here.
Explore.
One more land drop. So I'll play this from
That is a lot of Fabled Passages too.
Response to the mill. I will fetch.
But from a, I guess if you want to look at it from a purely mathematical perspective,
I do.
It is better for somebody to win this match because that guarantees a slot.
Right.
And then the next person can still have a chance of making it, right? So that's 1.5 slots into the top 8.
Right.
Instead of an expected value of one person into the top 8 if you assume you're 50% against the opponent.
There's still a mill trigger on the stack here as well.
Origins.
I should say 2 of them. He hits us for Origins, but this doesn't feel like the type of game where that's going to matter.
And
he's
he
got
has
the rover
too.
That's huge. That's one of the speed bumps
I mean, look
that
at
the show-off is going to have a hard time getting through.
Look at the number of permanents on Stefan's side. Oh, yeah, and it is turn 2. So Stefan still has 2 more turns.
So he gets turn 3
and 5. That is rough.
Okay.
That means that Ramboa gets this turn and 1 more.
Right. This is the
That
prowess
edge rover is huge here. It's putting so much extra pressure on Ramboa to get it out of the way.
Yeah, and this is the extra piece of technology here that Stefan Schütz's team chose to play. They played more 1-drops, all with reach. 2 copies of Edge Rover, 1 copy of Dragon Sniper, specifically for this matchup.
And that was main deck, right?
Right.
The 2 edge rovers in the main.
I believe it was 2 Edge Rovers and a Sniper in the main.
Wow. Okay, well, here comes the slick shot show-off. Ramboa may need to just get rid of the rover twice.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to use boomerang basics here, but on his own.
Does he have a
Hard.
removal spell? There's an opt. Okay, so this is 2 spells, but I mean, Stefan's at 20.
Yes. Bottom.
20 with a reach creature. Okay.
Does he have a way to get rid of it or at least get it out of the way for the
I
turn?
don't think he does.
No.
Does he have a boomerang basic? Okay, he does have a boomerang basics. So that would allow you to get in for 7 in the air this turn.
By the way, this is all just assuming that Ramboa doesn't just die.
Next turn.
Right.
Right.
Okay, so he has cleared the way.
7 coming in.
7.
Yep.
I feel like Stefan very likely
Can
has
just win.
close to lethal next turn with an active Ice Tail Explorer if he has any kind of interaction for the Otter token. If he has a Melt Strider's Resolve,
Not play the clock.
Or any way to get
Right.
trample
want to
or
Earthbender Ascension, Mightform Harmonizer.
harmonizer.
Lots
any
of
those
cards.
big
Mana
plays. This is turn 3. And we're in Stefan's upkeep. He says, hold on a
My
second.
upkeep, I will fetch with Fabled Passage.
He's going to fetch. He wants to thin out his deck a little
I will
bit.
get
give
2
himself
triggers, mill, and
Maybe a higher chance to find a Mightform Harmonizer. Thierry has
This is where you might have 45 cards left in your library, and one of them being a land is a problem.
absolutely. And we
mill
get
with
a mill.
Ice Tail.
Mill.
Fabled Passage.
Land.
Cross step.
Passage.
Draw a card
Okay.
for the turn. And he still has that rover.
This is 10 damage coming in. So this is a 2-turn clock.
This turn.
Schütz has the clear mana advantage.
Yeah, if there is a way to get that Chocobo trample,
That might just
that
be enough.
would be huge. Is this another Explorer? 4 mana, okay.
Origins from graveyard. So will too.
And this also gains you 2 life.
It does.
Right?
And he's left himself plenty of mana here. Remember, he has 2 land drops still this turn.
Right,
I
2
would
land
think
drops this
to
turn and still the ability to play an Edge Rover to have a blocker for that Slick Shot show-off.
He also could find the Harmonizer here
Forest to graveyard.
and still has mana to cast it quite easily.
Transformation. Reading that top card is Earthbender Ascension.
It's Earthbender Ascension
Oh.
off the top. That goes into his hand.
That's got to be enough, right? Or it's got to be extremely close.
That is
The
the
Llanowar
plan.
Elf taps for 2 mana, and you have 4 landfall triggers.
Yes.
I'm okay.
Excuse me, 5 landfall triggers. Earthbender Ascension gets you a land, and then
so
there's also the
That's
Fabled
right.
Passages in the graveyard.
Right, remember 2 land drops thanks to the Ice Tail Explorer here for Stefan.
No.
This is turn 3 of extra turns in game 3
Right.
with top
Now
8
I will
on the
play my
line.
First land drop of the turn. Triggers, Chocobo first. Mill a card. So any skip
Okay,
time.
doing that first so that he can go Earthbender Ascension and target
3 mana.
the Fabled Passage.
Top mana. I will cast Earthbender's Ascension.
Yeah.
Targeting the Fabled Passage. Which is now also
So there's yet another land
Right.
drop.
equipment.
Remember, he still has
So
one more
search
land to
a
play
forest
for
mana.
turn 2.
That's right.
And then that triggers everything again. 1 on Ascension.
Ascension on 1.
I still have a land drop left.
Saz's Chocobo goes up.
18 damage is the name of the game here.
That's right.
The Chocobo's up to 6.
7 now.
Millicard is
Now
still.
7.
It's royalty point.
Okay. Now just making sure he's running the numbers here to make sure he has enough for lethal. If you don't have enough for lethal, you want to make sure that you can play that edge rover so that Thierry can somehow get this out of nowhere.
And it's not going to quite be enough, right? Like, there is an otter sitting there. He needs to get in
Play
for
my
18.
second land of return. I cannot
Right.
play my
However,
triggers.
with the Earthbender Ascension, it will get up to 4.
8 counters.
Yes.
And when it
response to
does,
the
it does
mill
give
damage.
trample.
Yes, but 18. Like, there's no doubling happening here,
Forest.
right?
6.
Right now it's at 8. And then I guess he has the two power creatures as
With
well.
the fetch.
So that would be
this goes to 3.
Right.
12.
But he still has access to all this untapped mana, and once the Ascension gets to 4, every additional land that you play is 2 more +1/+1 counters.
Okay.
1 on the Chocobo and
So-
also 1 on the Ascension.
And he has that Fabled Passage.
Right, so that's 2 more +1/+1 counters.
Maybe just
Has he
give
played a second land now for
everything
the turn?
trample.
And I'll have 2 mills.
2 mills on the stack.
Forest, skip tunnel.
So,
Now I'll go to combat.
oh, he's going to combat.
Okay. 9,
But
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 damage, I'm counting here.
And
if
is
you
that
sacrifice
-1 for
Fabled
the
Passage.
Otter?
So if you sacrifice the Fabled Passage, you get 2 additional landfall triggers, correct?
Yes.
If you do,
18
that's
damage.
4 extra points of damage, plus the Ice-Tail Explorer, that makes it 6.
9.
And then 9 on the Chocobo is 15, and then Badger Mole Cub is 17.
and then -1 for an otter
Right.
block or something.
But remember, Stefan still has the green mana to
Play the Edge Rover.
play the Edge Rover too.
2.
So if he
Right.
can't quite close the door here, then his job is to
So-
make it inevitable on the
on turn
final
5.
turn of turn.
Right. And it's still going to be tough if you're Thierry. Like, I'm trying to figure out the best combination of cards Thierry can have. Does it involve another Slick Shot Show-Off? If you play another Slick Shot Show-Off in 2 spells,
I should.
right?
Through the Edge Rover, like one of the spells gets
So
the Edge Rover out of the way.
Yeah,
Okay,
right. So
so
that's 2 spells,
I will
2
attack
damage,
with
That's
the
14.
10
Chocobo.
damage. They get +2/+0, right?
Yeah, so that's
So plus
and they
4.
have 1 to start with.
So 2 damage, +4/+4.
Yeah.
So that's 10 damage,
10's not quite enough.
right?
Okay, here
Can't play
comes
Monstrous Rage.
Just these 2.
these 2 creatures coming in. So this is Stefan saying,
With 4
okay,
damage.
Right.
I am not going to be able to kill
I
you
will-
this
yeah.
turn, but I am going to kill you next
so
turn.
I will get the land after. Earthbend first. I will resolve the Chocobo first, then the mill. Lano Elf. Earthbender's Ascension. Now Earthbender's Ascension. use
So
the
it's
counter.
all the way
I
up.
put the counter on the Chocobo. It has trample until end of turn.
Yes.
Then I get to search a land from Fabled Passage.
Yep.
Did I resolve my mill? Oh yeah, I did.
Yep.
You did.
So Fable comes in. So now
Obviously.
another +1 +1.
Extremely high
right?
pressure.
Another +1/+1 counter here will go.
Everything once again.
And the Badger Mole Cub didn't attack, it seems, right?
It did not.
Okay. So yeah, Stefan. This tells
I
me
took
he's
that as a
definitely
signal
setting up
of him
for,
saying it's next
yeah,
turn.
Next turn for sure.
It's interesting because, you know, the real advantage here is
Chocobo for
mana,
itself.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
Ramboa has just
Earthbender.
been on
I mean, look at the
normal
four
land
counters.
drops. Look at the board, Stefan.
Rambo. It's not like Rambo
Goes-
hasn't been doing things.
No. He's had interaction, threat. He's spent all of his mana on turns 1, 2, and 3.
Well, this is
And he's
what,
facing almost lethal here, it
Right.
looks like.
well, this is what happens when you kind of have that Llanowar Elf into Badger Mole Cub start and your opponent has no interaction.
So damage, this is a 12 power Chocobo, so you take 11, 14.
Down to 4.
You're down to 4. Go, and you have to kill me. Oh, well, actually, Edge Rover, go.
Oh, I should do the mill, yeah, sorry. I get a jury. I forgot.
Oh, there
the
was
mill.
one more.
Oh, there was
trigger.
one more. I still explored.
I get a jury, right?
Yes.
I will take a
you now
GRV and a
get the
Pro
GRV.
Tour
Did you
top 8
receive
if that's on the
any
table.
GRVs
Yeah.
today?
Can I have both, please?
I received a warning for marked cards.
Okay.
It's different, right?
Yeah, different. That's fine.
Yeah. A lot of curious.
Yes.
That would be rough.
I mean, your second warning in the same category can
it's
result
unfortunate.
in a game
Even
loss.
a
So
good-
that's why
Yeah.
he's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Oh,
warning
God.
for mark
So
cards
actually,
usually
let's
means
mark
one of your
cards
sleeves
for
got
paper.
damaged and they just ask you to replace that
I'm
sleeve.
gonna sort the.
It's hard to blame Stefan
I
here.
miss
This
any
is
more triggers,
extraordinarily
or-
high pressure
Is there
situation.
another trigger coming? I'm not
absolutely
sure
is.
anymore.
That was the only one.
That's the only one, right?
Just make sure you play the edge rover.
So I got a GRV. So this is you're at 4.
You're at
Yep.
4. That already happened. GRV is a game rule violation. That's what they were talking about.
Right.
Deep breath.
He knows
Was there
he has such a good shot up with this.
mill? Is there another mill trigger? I'm not sure if there's another mill trigger anymore. Do you know?
I believe that's
Okay, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
At that point you said that's trigger because you said trigger everything. That should trigger, but you forgot to resolve it.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm just not sure if there is another.
That was the only one you missed.
Okay. Thank
Okay,
you.
so we're up,
Right.
we're up to speed. Now
Second
the edge
main
rover.
piece.
Now it's the edge
Tap a
rover,
land, play edge rover.
Yeah.
and almost
Do your
certainly
worst.
victory.
Do
for-
your worst, Stefan Schütz says, and I think that's because he
Exit
knows
turn 4.
right.
that there
He can't really
isn't
do enough.
really a worst here when you're
Yeah.
at 15 life.
I just wanted not to see that on the middle file.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
the
I've
Earthbender
assembled
Ascension.
everything I needed.
Yeah.
Ramboa is recognizing the
That's
power of the Earthbender Ascension there. I didn't want to see that.
Right.
1 extra turn less, and I would have no chance.
I don't think I can
Yeah.
survive here.
Seems extremely hard.
Right.
Yeah, I can't deal with that and
With the result, the Earthbender Ascension.
And that's going to do it. Stefan Schütz picks up a top 8 here in Las Vegas. And it's going to be up to Thierry Ramboa to win his last round. And if his tiebreakers hold up, if he's going to get his first top 8.
And what a way to kind of come in the clutch there, right? I mean, that game started at time, or very, very soon after that game started, it went to time, right? And so Stefan recognized that I don't have a lot of time. I have a fantastic hand, though. I think I can get it done. And he was able to do it on turn 5 of turns.
Literally took up every single amount of time that he had.
Right.
But he did get across the finish line. Stefan Schütz takes another of our top 8 seats. We are filling them up quickly, but we've still got one more round of action before we know our full top 8. We're going to get to that right after this.